Nothing like a 0-hour download coming in hot, sliding on in hot, ollie in hot is Chase Kinnicky. This is the casual hour. Chase forgot to download his most anticipated July game, but the pro member.
One, it's August.
Yes. It's Christina Rizzisi also, but go on.
Yeah, one, it's August, and two, it's not my most anticipated August game.
What else is coming out this month?
Super Robot Wars Y.
No, banned, jail. Nice try. This is a deep dive, Chase. It is the 20th of August. Yeah. We have got dogs
that dog in us.
We got the dog in us. Our dogs are barking, both literally, figuratively, I guess literally mostly right now, because Lando, our newest member of the Peas Pod, the 15-week-old corgi, is going apeshit downstairs with my wife.
You didn't bring him? You didn't bring him for the show?
He is he's on camera a lot more than you would think, more than most other dogs in the house.
I haven't seen him.
But he works on camera 9 to 5. He hangs out with me while I'm doing my 9 to 5. This is like the witching hour for him right now. He's going ape shit down there. But because of him, for this deep dive, I told Chase we are going to rank the best dogs of video games, and we're going to do that tonight. And I'm really excited about it. Chase has taken all of this into a really cool tier maker list. We've got 2 video games to tell you about before that. Both really cool things to talk about on that front. So
technically 3, but yes, basically.
Technically 3. Technically 3?
Yeah.
What's the third one?
We both played Pokemon romhacks.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Different.
Fair.
Similar.
So yeah, we're going to talk about a couple games tonight, but we are going to go through a visual ranking of the best video game dogs. You do not want to miss it. We know a lot about dogs, both barking and hot. So we're going to be dealing with that tonight quite a bit.
Hot dogs for lunch today.
Dude, what is the best hot dog?
A chili dog.
Yeah.
What do you mean? Yeah.
Yeah.
But also I make my chili dogs with brats, so I guess technically I did not have a hot dog today.
I bet you that's a rough day after.
It's a rough day every day for me, so it's really no different.
I saw a shirt that said we're all dogs in God's hot car, and I get it. I get it.
That sounds very Midwest.
Yeah. Oh. All right, Chase, you've played Is This Seat Taken? I've played Is This Seat Taken? I've almost completed Is This Seat Taken? And if you choose to complete it yourself, you can do so for the wild introductory price of $8.99 on Steam or $10 pretty much anywhere else. You can play this on your phone. You can play this on your tablet. You can play this on your Apple computer, on your Windows computer. You can play it on your Switch. I think you can play it on your Xbox and PlayStation as well.
I can look that up just to be sure.
But this has a really cool style to it. It is put out by, I'm saying, is it POTI? Would you say that? Potty?
I've never heard it. I would give them the benefit of the doubt and say Pody.
Pody Studio.
Yeah. Also not on Xbox and not on PlayStation.
Okay.
Switch, Android, iOS, Linux, Windows, and Mac.
This is a very casual puzzle game. It's a very cute puzzle game. It reminds me a little bit, in an odd way, kind of like Schoolhouse Rock, just on the way it presents itself. It's got a pretty limited color palette. It's got a theme where you are learning a slight narrative about a few select shapes that you are helping find the best open seat. And everybody's got quirks and preferences. Some people don't want to be hot. Some people don't want to be around stink. Some people want to sleep, and some people want to cheat. And you can do all those things depending on where you place them and Is This Seat Taken. But you're going through a city with 4 to 5 vignettes and a bonus level, all varying degrees of things like a limousine, a movie theater, a classroom, park. Yeah. So I think it's a pretty casual with a capital C puzzle game here. I wouldn't say it's overly complicated, but I think it's pretty smart at times.
We've talked about it on the show before. I played the demo of this a few
Same.
months ago when it was out, and I know we talked about it then, and thought it was really cool. I actually played the demo for Chasey K Plays. So if you want to
Oh, that's
watch
right.
somebody play this video game, you could, or at least the demo version, which is just the first chunk of the game. I think it is the first city of the
It
game.
is. Yep.
So yeah, Bobby, you said you finished it,
I'm really close.
okay,
I'm very close.
and I'm like basically right at the halfway mark.
Okay.
And so far, it's that game I like. it's
Yeah.
I feel like I was really complimentary about that demo, and playing it now, it's just like, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, that's good. It's still a
It
good
it
game. I still
it
like this.
it's got really snappy mechanics. I think that feels great. I've been playing this on my MacBook Air. I was going
Yeah,
to play it.
it looks great.
It's been cool. I got this. I'm like, this might be a good iPad game, and I started playing it there, and I ended up like, I was like, oh, I got my MacBook Air open. Let me just use a mouse and play it that way, and I ended up liking that
I'm
quite a
here to
bit more.
say, I'm here to say that the iPad is maybe one of the worst ways to play this game, and it's the way I'm
Really?
playing it right now.
Why are you
Yeah,
having such a
it's
hard
not that
time?
it's not that it's unplayable. Like, let me get that out straight ahead. Is if you think this game looks cool and iPad or iPhone is your only way to play it, go for it. It's still going to be a great game. Uh, my problem is because I played the demo on PC.
Yeah.
I am used to playing this game with a mouse and keyboard, which is not not something I normally do.
Yeah.
But I was used to it for this game, and I think the things that you can do on the PC just make for a smoother experience overall. The first one is having the mouse cursor, you're just able to hover over the different shapes.
Yep.
And when you hover over a shape, it will tell you, or a person is a shape in this game. So you hover over one of them and it says, I want to be, it's a limousine situation. So it's like, I want to be at a window seat and I want to be next to this other shape and I don't want a kid next to me. Okay, great. And so you can just hover over all of them very quickly and see exactly what they're supposed to do. For the iPad, you have to select each one, and it doesn't take a lot of time, but it takes more time, and it's not as smooth. It's the only way they could really do it.
Yeah.
I guess you could put everybody's stuff out there, but there's often too many characters to make that viable. But it does just slow the gameplay down in a way that you
Totally.
just wouldn't deal with on PC. But the bigger problem is that when you pick up a shape, and basically what happens is you have the scenario, you have the level out in front of you, and then there's a secondary part of the level that is kind of where all your pieces for the puzzle sit to begin with. It's like none of this
Yeah.
is
It's like
the
a
actual puzzle area, but it's just like where you're picking up your pieces if this was a puzzle game. But you're picking your shapes and then you're saying where they sit in the actual scenario. And again, when you're when you got a mouse and keyboard, you can just click one and drag it and be totally fine. You got a little mouse cursor on there. It's great. When you're on the iPad, you have to put your finger on the shape
right.
and you have to drag it to where it goes. And that works fine for your first one. And then you pick up your second one and you go, okay, this one needs to sit right next to that other one. And now your finger is in the way of your view.
Yep.
And the game tries to do a decent job of if one of these shapes has some kind of special ability to it, like it's stinky, or it has
Yeah.
too much cologne, or it's loud, or it's talking, or it's playing loud music, it'll show kind of an aura around the shape as you the adjacent areas that it's going to affect. If you don't want to put somebody who wants to sleep next to somebody who's talking, that's not
Right.
going to work. So they do show you that aura, but they don't have auras for every single character that you pick up
Correct.
because some of them don't need it. But when you don't have the aura around your finger to show you where it's going to be placed, what I'm often doing is just switching with the shape that's directly underneath because I'm just not getting it in the right spot. I can't see shit because I got my finger in the way, and I don't have some big giant fingers that are
They're meaty.
big meat. I don't think they are. I don't think they are that meaty. I don't got ham hocks on these wrists. But it's enough where I've made a lot of misclicks, I guess, misdrags.
Yeah.
And again, I know where I want to put these shapes, and I just can't put them where I want to consistently because the UI of the iPad game doesn't work as well as it does on the PC. PC again works like a dream.
Yeah.
Switch, I'm sure, works fine. It's still going to
Yeah.
have the selection problem of
Probably
being a
even
little slow,
slower.
but at least you'll be able to drag to the correct spots and never miss there. But I think the iPad is maybe the worst way to play this game while still being, it's not terrible. I'm getting through it. I haven't decided to switch to my Mac or something to play the rest of this game. I'm fine doing it, but I do feel that I'm getting the worst version of this game.
I will just let anybody listening know, and I'll let you know at the same time. I have an iPad Pro, like an older M1 model, but I have the keyboard that it comes with the trackpad. And while you were talking, I'm like, I wonder if that way of playing it on the iPad will it just do what the Mac version does? And unfortunately, it doesn't have the hover options, but it does give you an easier way of playing it because you can just click and drag. You still have you don't get the aura in real time that you would get like on a PC. But you nailed it. If that's your only way to play it, it's very serviceable. Is it great comparatively? Well, it's either play it the way you can or you don't play it at all. And I think playing this the way you can is better than not playing it at all. But if you are in a position and you buy this on the Mac Apple Store or on iOS or iPad OS, you get it on any of those other platforms. So if you are invested in the Apple ecosystem and you have more than one device, whether it be an iPhone, a computer, or a tablet, you can just pay that $10 and have it there if you want to play it elsewhere. I think really I'm enjoying this quite a bit. I don't need it to do anything like super cutesy and inventive. It knows what it's about, and it's just kind of doing variations on the theme the further you get into it.
I think there are a couple smart twists that I've dealt with so far. The first one that got me of that's a cool thing you could do is the one in the park with the picnic blankets.
Yeah, and the lights.
There are these three street lights, and one of them is on, and there's a bunch of flies and moths that are circling around it, and a lot of the characters don't want to be next to bugs. And the one that they start on, the one that the light starts on, is in a spot where you have to you can't avoid putting shapes there. So you have to find a way to do that. And then it occurred to me, wait a minute, could I click one of these other lights? And when I did, and maybe the game tells you to do that, but I might have just not read that.
I don't think it does.
I wasn't paying attention. Okay, because then I
Yeah.
clicked one of the other lights, and it went on, and all the flies and moths went over to that one instead.
Oh
And
yeah.
I went, that's so cool. That's a really neat way to do this, because I was banging my head against the wall on that one of how do I get there's too many of these guys
there's a few other ones you're gonna bump into where they do that. I really liked the museum. It's a bonus level on one of the worlds or one of the cities. It's a lot of fun, but it's a 5. I think depending on your approach to it. And I really don't want to say it's too easy, but I don't think it's like a head scratcher either.
Yeah, I've been thinking that too. It's not that it's too easy, because I definitely had one of I think it was a limo one,
Mm-hmm.
one of the middle limo ones where, man, I think there might only be one solution to that puzzle. Most of them, I feel like you could kind of finesse and make work in multiple different ways. But I think this limo one,
there's really a few that are like
next to each other.
Yeah, you're gonna find a few where it's like, damn, there's a few times where you'll be like progressing. So there's a narrative here. You'll start in the limo, you go to a classroom, and you end up in a location. And there'll be a lot of sequences, like if you're on a bus, for example, maybe there's like 2 or 3 people that stay put the whole time. But then like on each quote unquote stop of that bus, people will shuffle in and off, and they have different preferences. So there's been a few times like in the later game where I'm like,
And you can still move the ones that you
yeah,
used
100%,
before, but they just
100%.
haven't got off the bus, so you might need to rearrange them. The other one that's a little bit devious is when you're in the movie theater, and there are some shapes that eat popcorn, and
Yep.
when those shapes when they move to the next section of the puzzle or the next timing part of the puzzle, some of those people leave, and they leave popcorn on their seats, and then you have a new set, and some of them don't want to sit in a dirty seat. So you can
Yep.
get to a situation where, oh, I fucked myself a little bit. I don't know if there's any way to completely fail it. Maybe there is, but I haven't run into it. But it did make the puzzle more difficult. Of okay, now where do I put these people who have very specific needs? And one of those needs is they don't want to sit in a dirty seat, and I can only put them in so many places because some places are covered in popcorn that would make it dirty.
Like what I was saying is that like you're gonna get to some points where it's like it's best just to pull everybody out of here. And so like
Yes.
maybe by like the third or fourth stop of that limousine, it's like, all right, I had this laid out in a way that was like a bit more like cologne, stink, sleep. That's no longer the case. So let me just pull everybody off, and then I try and cluster people up too. So it's like, hey, this is a kid that wants to sit with their dad. So I'm going to put them together. And then like I have everybody kind of visually on that little chessboard looking staging
Yeah.
area.
Hmm.
And then I just start dropping them in. But I,
Let me ask you: is there a good way to get everybody out of the fucking car, or do you have to pull them out individually?
you got to pull them out. And the other
Yeah,
thing that
it
sucks
sucks.
is I don't, I wish there was a way to like quickly restart. And the
Yes,
only way you can is like the whole start of the city. So you go all the
I
way
learned
back.
that the hard way, Bobby.
Yeah, same,
I
same.
was like, hey, there's too many people in this limousine. I want them
Yep,
all out, and I want
yep,
to just do it again. So I hit restart, thinking it
yep.
would restart that part
Nope,
of the level, and it went no no
nope.
no no no. You don't get to restart that part of the level. You have to restart the entire set of levels here. And I went, oh,
Yeah,
fuck that.
I
And I got very pissed off at it and turned it off. And then when I came back, I just redid that stuff and it was fine. But it was for a game that feels incredibly intuitive in so many different ways and having such polish and style,
yep,
for it to have a couple of what feel like obvious misses, especially in one of get everybody out of the seats.
yeah,
It
totally.
seems very easy to just have something. I'm sure that's something they can add, but it does feel like a real obvious miss, which made me a little upset.
I I think this is I would say this is a must play for a lot of people. Like it's a very cool puzzle game. I think it's got a lot of cool quirks style to it. It's got one of the better like not on the iPad it sounds like, but the UI and the responsiveness on like a traditional mouse and keyboard input is really spectacular. And I love from a design standpoint, I still will like die on this hill. When I first saw this game announced, I immediately thought that this was some way related to Snipper Clips based off of the character styling. And I
Yeah,
still
I
feel very strongly that these characters could easily be lifted from Snipper Clips. And I'm not mad about that at all
no,
because I love the way that game looks. And I just, I think this has such a, like, it's got the juice is what I will say. Like there's a bounciness to it. There is a life to this, like the way the characters just kind of change when they're happy versus being sad, and like they move and like kind of twitch around. I like that they're trying to do a fun little narrative with it. Like there's no need for a puzzle game to even have a remotely like semblance of a story, and the fact they're trying
and
to do it
not
here.
that this one has an amazing one.
No,
It does have a through line that goes
yes,
that attaches you to different cities, and I think it's
absolutely,
fun to see because most of the shapes are. I mean, I guess they all have names, but most of them just look generic. Or there's a
yes.
couple of things that the UI requires to go. Okay, the kids have little pink cheeks. The people with cologne have little sparkles coming off them. The
The
stinky ones
people
have
that
little dark
stink
clouds.
stink.
Yeah, but then there are a couple ones of oh, this guy has a hat. This one has an earring. This one has glasses and a beret, and that gives them a little personality, and you kind of
Yeah,
see where they're going with the story on some of that, and it's just fun.
yeah,
It's
agreed.
nice. I will say you talked about like it not being that difficult exactly, or it's not so much that it's a difficulty thing. There is when we're talking about a puzzle game, this is not going to like scratch your brain in the way that like a Balatro does. You know, Balatro, you go, oh, look at like holy shit, the numbers they're going out way up, or I can't believe
Right.
I mixed this one idea with this other idea and it turned into this great thing. You're not going to have those very explosive kind of aha moments. You are. I don't say this to be demeaning, but it does feel a little bit like the the kid's toy that's just the bucket lid that has the shape holes on it, and you go, okay, yes, the triangle goes in the triangle, the circle goes in the circle, uh,
It's
and
lizard brainy.
it is,
Mm-hmm.
but I think you're so right when it comes to the quote unquote juice of what this
Yeah.
game has, and I think it pulls up what is a very basic idea and turns it into a game that I agree is something that people really should play, just because it is a very comfortable situation. I just think it's really well done outside of the couple little issues that I had with it, and I think they turned out something that's really neat.
The last thing I will say, Chase, is I want to give a big +1 to what you just shared. I will say this. It's cool to have a cozy game that is not farming or like
Yes.
one of like this is please do this. Like this is the type of shit like we don't need to clone Animal Crossing or Stardew Valley. Like I love those games immensely, but we've talked a lot about just like our disappointment in where that genre and show has gone. And this is put out. This is the publisher Wholesome Games Presents. They put this one out themselves.
Yep.
This is what we want. Like do some fun. Like to your point, like it is, there's a coziness to that shape lid of like, this is familiar. It's safe. I don't have to think, but I get immense joy from all the little buzzing and whistling and noises this thing makes. It makes me feel happy. And that's what I want from a wholesome game. Like I want to feel happy when I play it. I want to maybe be challenged in a way, but I want to have like comfort. And I think that's what this game is. Like I don't have to feel stressed out by a puzzle being complicated. I can bump into things with it. It's pretty forgiving outside of like the resetting that we called out. I want to see more of this type of stuff and not like here's another fishing game or another puzzle like village quest to build this thing out. Like we don't need that.
If I could compare it to something else,
Mm-hmm.
it's not exactly this from a mechanical standpoint, but from like a vibe standpoint. I
Yeah.
would put this up there with Florence, and I would put this up with
Yeah.
Handle with Care,
Yeah.
of games that
A little to the
what they
left,
want.
unpacking.
A little to the left, sure. You know exactly what they want you to do.
Yep.
You
Yep.
just kind of do it,
Yep.
and it's a bit of a busy work game, but because of the bells and whistles and shininess of the polish that's put on it, you still have a great time.
Yeah.
And I think those are awesome, and I would rather do that than yet another game that asks me to build a farm.
Yep. Totally. So that's is the seat taken. $10. You can play it most places. You should play it in one of those places. But if you are also looking for something maybe a little bit more dangerous, maybe a little bit more back alley, playing things that you shouldn't be playing.
That's not true. You should be playing these.
Talk about your trench coat Pokemon games.
Goddamn right. Yeah, last week I talked about a Pokemon ROM hack demo called Pokemon Lazarus, and I guess Bobby got the bug because he joined me out on the high seas.
I got bugs
to try it out. So Bobby, first I want to hear just a really brief thing about how you found or are finding the Lazarus demo.
It's cool, man. Like that thing has a vibrance to it. It feels very, maybe this is just like my experience with Emerald and like the lack thereof, I should say. Because I'm trying to remember in my Pokemon journey when Emerald came out, there also was what did you have me? You had me play like the version of Sapphire and Ruby.
Oh yeah, when you did your Pokemon journey, you basically skipped an old game if you could and played the updated version.
Correct.
Of it. So you played Heart Gold and Soul Silver instead of Gold and Silver.
Yes.
You played Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire instead
Correct.
of playing the actual third generation of Pokemon,
So
because you were kind of because everyone knows you play Pokemon for the story. Uh, but Bobby was just kind of going through each of the regions, so you didn't really play
no,
Ruby, Sapphire, Emerald.
nope,
You kind of
nope.
skipped right ahead. So yeah, this probably was a bit of a going back for you.
So maybe it's just
Probably much more closer to like a Fire Red Leaf Green, because that was this
yeah.
generation.
And I think that this just like looks really polished. Like it's got awesome sound to it, which other Pokemon games did, obviously. But I was pretty like, oh wow, like there's Pokemon behind people, and that just it feels my brain is not connecting that like this is how Pokemon looked a long time ago, but it
Well, and
feels
that's the
closer.
thing. It did and it didn't.
Right. That's my
this
like
this
that's what I'm getting
Lazarus doesn't look like Emerald. Like you go
right.
back and you play Fire Red, you play Emerald, you play any of the games in that GBA generation, and this doesn't look like it, because this developer or hacker, Nemo, I forgot the numbers behind it, like 622 or something like that, 422.
666.
I can't remember. Sorry to Nemo. I said it last week for sure. But what they've done is found this kind of 2.5 to go
Mm-hmm.
from somewhere between gold and silver and and ruby sapphire. And I think it makes for a really unique look, like one that feels extremely unnecessary, because most people are just happy with the way that the GBA Pokemon games look and are fine to make ROM hacks that just use those same assets. And for somebody to go in and go, no, 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 I want a very specific style of Pokemon, but I also want it to be built on the engine of the GBA games, because that gives you more freedom. Those are the most
So I think
popular
that's what I'm
games to
like
hack.
having a really weird like scramble with is that it's like this looks different, but it runs like the engine part of it feels pretty nice. So I'm enjoying that a whole lot. It's weird and wild, and it feels again dangerous, like I was making fun of earlier. But like I just wish I wish Nintendo had like this gumption with some of they're like overly precious about Pokemon, and I not that they weren't precious about Zelda, but I feel like they really tried something bold with the last two entries. And Donkey, I know that you haven't played it, but you've certainly seen it, and you can understand like Donkey Kong has a newfound boldness, probably like not since Donkey Kong Country days. And it just feels like they're becoming a little bit less precious with what was. And I wish that they would take that approach, because even they're like the new Pokemon coming out this year, I don't feels wild enough compared to some of the other inventive stuff we're seeing.
Yeah. Well, and that's I think they've kind of tied themselves in a corner with
Mm-hmm.
Pokemon, in that you they for as long as it takes the games to come out, they actually don't give the teams a lot of time to make new Pokemon games.
No.
Um, and and the other one is because of the nature of how Pokemon works, with trading being such a big part of it and connection being a big part of it. It's it's difficult to re-release games or put games back out. Like even with the so for the 3DS they did put red, blue, and yellow out, and you kind of had to jump through some hoops to trade in those games, but you could.
Yep.
And but it's still using those games, you couldn't necessarily connect it to a link cable and play with a red, blue, or yellow originally. And and I think they are maybe a little too precious
Mm-hmm.
about that kind of connectivity,
Mm-hmm.
where a lot of people just want to play a cool Pokemon game and they're fine to play it single player, which is what a lot of these ROM hacks just do. It's like
Yeah.
we've made things easier. Alakazam, you can just evolve an Alakazam either with an item or at a
Yeah.
certain level. You don't need to go through some of the trade bullshit. We know some people just want to play Pokemon and they don't necessarily need that aspect of the game to make it work.
Well,
Nintendo and the Pokemon Company and Creatures and Game Freak and all the people who are touching Pokemon, they are just kind of prisoners of their own success in that kind of way, and that is a bummer.
I don't want to bury the lead on what you've been doing. I know we got dogs to talk about, but
Yeah, this one's going to be pretty quick for me. I did
yeah,
mention it last week. I finished the Lazarus demo since last week. Had a pretty good time with it. Looking forward to playing the rest of the game when it's out.
no release,
They
right?
no release date exactly. They've said it's going to be the end of this year, but I wouldn't be surprised if that's
Oh,
towards the end of
sure.
this year. But they do have a another hack that they worked on that's completed called Pokemon Emerald Sea Glass, and has the same art style. And I thought, all right, I should give that a shot. I wasn't exactly sure what it was, and it is just a like this is Pokemon Emerald. It is that video game, but with the art style that they're using for Lazarus,
Okay.
and with a couple of quality of life things and a couple of new additions to that video game. I've never actually played Pokemon Emerald. I played Ruby, and for whatever reason, when I was a kid, didn't feel the need to get the third version of the game then, and so it was a little odd to me when people would talk about Emerald, going, "Oh, it's so much better." I'm like, I don't know. I played Yellow and I played Crystal, and they're fine, they're good, but I wouldn't say they're some kind of transformative experience over the original game. So I don't know why Emerald would be any different, but no, Emerald apparently is very different for a lot of people. So I this is my first time playing Emerald, and it's in this kind of different style, and it feels a little bit different, and I enjoy some of the tweaks that are in there of little things like, okay, TMs are back to being one use, unlike the Lazarus demo that has them being you can use them as many times as you want, but you can purchase certain TMs from the Pokemart,
Hmm.
and those you will continue to get more of them as you go. Any one that a gym leader gives you will also now be available in the Pokemart. So you can get Water Pulse from somebody, and then you can just keep buying Water Pulse as a TM. So you can use them a little bit more
That's
liberally,
cool.
which is nice. But there are still some that are limited, and I think that's an interesting design choice. I kind of dig that. Um, but mostly it is just Emerald with a nice coat of paint and a lot more Pokemon. I don't know if I mentioned it last week, but there's a wishing well in
No,
Lazarus.
you didn't.
Yeah, this is a feature that I think this hacker just likes as an idea, where you get these wishing stars in different places as part of the story. In Lazarus, I think you can go back to the professor's lab after beating each gym, and you can get some of these wishing stars. And there's a wishing well that is in one of the cities there, and you can throw a star into it, and you just get a free level 1 Pokemon. And I don't know if it's completely random or if it comes from a set list, but you can get some cool Pokemon that you wouldn't have been able to catch at that time. So it is just kind of a nice thing to get some free funky Pokemon and seeing if those add to your
Sure.
team in some way. So that wishing well has also been added to Emerald, or Emerald Sea Glass, I mean.
Well, that's
So
convenient.
that's also been a cool thing of just, oh well, maybe I can get a couple of cool Pokemon here and just see what happens. So I am getting to play with some of my favorites that I've found. I found a Tangela that I'm pretty happy with, because I really like Tangrowth. It's new evolution that is in this game. They just I got a Steelix now, which is pretty cool. There's a lot of neat little things in there, and I think the Pokedex is also really cool in this game. Generally, when I play a Pokemon game, I never look at the Pokedex because it's not usually all that helpful. But this
Sure.
one has a lot of really good information in it. You don't have to catch a Pokemon to know where you can find it. You just have to see it. So you can battle a trainer who has a Pokemon, and then you can look at the Pokedex and see exactly where it comes from. Other hacks have done this too. This is not new tech, but it is something that I really like, and this hack does have it, so I wanted to mention it. And the other things that it has is it just tells you straight up, here's how you evolve this Pokemon. You can go and figure out exactly what level it levels up at to
Oh,
become the next thing, or if you need an item for it, or if it needs to have a specific move,
this gives
or
you
if
all
it
the
has,
details.
yeah, it just tells you everything. So that part's great, and it also tells you all the moves that it learns and when. So and
Awesome.
and egg moves if you need to go find an egg move for a Pokemon and do
That's
some
really
silly
cool.
things with that. But it is really nice to help set up your team, to not burn a TM. I got the TM for Dig, and I went, okay, this is great. I'd like to use this on a Pokemon, and I was trying to figure out which one to use it on. And I went, okay, I've got this Heracross. That would be a really good one. It's got like a really high attack, and a ground move would make for some really good coverage for it. and I
Yeah.
look at the different attacks that it can learn. Oh, hey, it learns a ground move here in only a few levels. I'm not going to burn this TM when I can get a ground move that's basically as good as Dig, and I won't need it. Okay, cool. I get to keep this TM for something else that could use it better. So I think there are some nice quality of life things that are in that game, and it still just looks fucking gorgeous.
Hell
I
yeah, man.
really like this 2.5 look
That's great.
that they've got, and so I'm having a really good time with this. I'm a little disappointed that it's just a game that's already out there, but just upgraded in a way.
Yeah.
So I'm still definitely much more excited for something like Lazarus, that is a much more ambitious hack of making an entirely new region, an entire new story. That's a little bit more of what I look for out of these hacks. I don't really care about enhancement hacks all that much, but
Sure.
for somebody who has not played Emerald, Ruby and Sapphire have very similar stories to Emerald, but Emerald is a little bit different. So I am kind of getting a new experience out of it. And I think Emerald Sea Glass might be one of the best ways to play Emerald if you haven't already played it.
That's awesome.
Like in the same situation I am. So go check that out if you haven't. But,
Get those
Emerald
trench
Sea
coat
Glass,
Pokemon games, y'all. They're fun.
they're really fun. There's so many good ones.
All right. Well, I'm sure we'll hear more about it from me as I continue bumping into that thing. But Chase, let me get us over here where the dogs are. Who let the dogs out? We did.
Let the dogs out.
Why don't you?
While you're doing that, why don't I give you a little setup here? Because so we made a tier maker here. I'll run down the different tiers that we have. We have 25 dogs here, and there's a couple of criteria here. So there's going to be some that are missing that you're going to go, oh, where's, I don't know. I don't know a dog that we left off this list. But somebody's going to go, oh, that guy's not there. And here, the Persona 3 dog, Koromaru, I think is its name.
Yeah.
And Koromaru is not here, and that's because Bobby and I have not played. Well, I have not played Persona 3, and Bobby has not played Persona 3 to the point where you get the dog companion. So
Yep.
we haven't experienced that dog. I don't want us to rank dogs that we don't know anything about.
Yeah.
So these are only from games that either Bobby or I have played, or both of us have played. And then these are just some of the ones that we like. You know, there's a lot of different Pokemon dogs that you could put up here. We limited it to 3.
Yes.
So this is just our list. We're just here to have a little fun, and we picked 25 dogs, and we're gonna put them in some tiers. So we have 5 tiers here, Bobby.
We have the tiers.
The lowest tier is Go Meet Old Yeller.
Go.
These are dogs that we do not like.
No.
I don't know if anyone will actually make it to this list, make it to that tier, but we'll see. Most of these dogs are good boys and girls, but if we particularly do not like one, it could go Meet Old Yeller. The next tier is In the Doghouse. Dogs that, we don't wish harm on, but it's not for me. This is not my dog. Next tier is Deserving of Pets. This is good dog.
All dogs deserve pets.
Yes, some maybe
some more than others, but
some more than others. But yes, if you're an average dog, you deserve pets. Good for you. The next tier is Man's Best Friend. These are great dogs. We like these dogs a lot. They're fantastic dogs. And number 1, if anything happens to this dog, I'd kill everyone in this room and then myself.
It's a big.
If you've watched Brooklyn Nine-Nine.
Oh yeah.
Where that comes from. Yes, but let's rank some dogs. Bobby.
Let's rank some dogs. Okay, is there a dog?
I think these dogs are in alphabetical order also.
Okay.
So, from the dog's name.
Yes. Let's start with Alice from The Last of Us Part 2.
I'm no help.
Alice is going to be literally, it goes to Meet Old Yeller in the game. It's unfortunate.
Alice doesn't even show up in the second season of the show.
No, Alice will be in the 3rd season because Alice is tied very strongly to Abby. And there's really nothing. This dog has a very tragic, much like The Last of Us is, demise to it, and it doesn't really do anything besides propel further the hatred you might be feeling in that game. So further. Alice is a very sweet dog, but in the grand tier of things, that's where Alice lives.
Wow. You don't like this dog?
I do like this dog, but like when I think about like what it's bringing to the table, it's not like a companion that it's a narrative piece. So
I think you can bump it up one tier.
okay.
I don't think you think this dog deserves to die.
No, it didn't. That's the whole point of the game.
I understand that the dog dies in the game. A lot of dogs die in a lot of games and media, but this is where we think these dogs should go.
Yeah.
So I'm fine with, hey, this dog didn't do what it needed to do, but I don't think you want to kill this dog.
Who's up
I have
next?
No opinion of this dog, but I don't really care. The next one is Amaterasu from.
I would say this is one of the most recognizable dogs on the list.
Agreed. Nice old Capcom dog here.
This is this dog's a very important dog to a lot of people.
It's a very important dog to the world of Ōkami, for sure.
Yeah.
God.
Yeah.
Bobby, did you play Ōkami?
When it got re-released, I played it on the Switch, and I enjoyed what I played with it, but it just still felt a bit dated at that point in time. Like, it looked really nice.
Wow.
But
it's kind of just a Zelda game. I'm amazed that you would have found.
Well, yeah, I think it's just at the time I was not as like I played this game super well past like the zeitgeist of it coming out and people being into it. So I thought it was really cool. It was well done. I did not fall for it as quickly as I thought and hoped maybe I would have.
I did not finish Ōkami, but I played a decent amount on the Wii, and I did not like the motion controls whatsoever.
Sure.
There were a lot of the paint stroke things that you need to do in that game that I do not think the Wii was necessarily equipped to handle. Maybe with the Motion Plus it was better. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
I don't know if it had Motion Plus support, but there were a lot of those special moves that I just could not get, and it ended up frustrating me enough. I wonder if I went back and tried to play the updated version on something like the Switch, would I have a better time?
I mean, I recognize the cultural importance of this dog. I mean, I think it's gonna be pretty high on this list because of that.
Yeah, I did play with it a decent amount in Marvel vs. Capcom games.
Sure.
I can't remember which one. I don't think it was in 3. I think it was in Infinite. Is that what it's called? I don't remember. Not a very good one, but I do like Amaterasu as a character. I think this is man's best friend. I think this is a good dog. It's a cool dog.
Yeah.
Big fan, but not one I would take a bullet for. But I like this dog.
Would you take a bullet for Arcanine?
Abso-fucking-lutely.
I mean, this is your favorite Pokemon, correct?
No. I don't think it's anywhere near my favorite Pokemon, but it's a good fucking Pokemon.
It is one that, like, even in the midst of newer games with newer Pokemon, like Arcanine is always going to be rotated in at some point in a game when I'm playing it. Like there's just never a period where I won't. It's such a cool design. A tiger dog.
Yeah, absolutely. I'll tell you as a person who played a lot of Gen 1, Arcanine was not my favorite. One, because Blaine's was an asshole. And the champion could also have one depending on the starter that you picked. Just a real fucker to fight. But more importantly, when I finally got a Growlithe, which I think is only in 2 places in the game, you can either get it in the Pokemon Lab on Cinnabar, which is really late in the game, or there's a route between Saffron and Lavender Town that has it. But it's only in one game because the other game has Vulpix. But either way, both of them evolve with the Firestone, and if you evolve them early, they don't learn any more moves. And you just go, what is this worthless fucking thing? Like I leveled this up and it just wasn't learning a new move. So I had this cool looking Pokemon and all it knew was Ember. And I was like, this thing fucking sucks.
Yeah.
But you look at it and you go, God, it is just
it's really cool.
I like that dog.
You're gonna have to help me out with Blade Wolf because I'm not very familiar with that.
No, well, Blade Wolf is from your favorite series, Bobby.
Oh, Death Stranding?
No, close. This is from Metal Gear Rising: Revengeance.
Okay.
So
I've heard of Metal Gear Rising.
Yeah. Yes, you've Metal Gear. Yes,
What is
you've
this
heard of
Metal
Metal Gear
Gear?
Rising. This is the one where you play as Raiden as the cyborg ninja, and you
Yeah,
have all the cool cutting stuff. You know what? It actually is a really fun action game with some
sure.
really good, stupid story in it. That is not. It doesn't go full Kojima story, but there is. God, I made it the fuck up. What a line. Anyway, Blade Wolf is one of the first bosses that you fight in that game, and somehow you disable it and are able to bring it on your side. So then it's your cyber wolf thing that comes in and fucks some people up later in the game. Um, Blade Wolf is really cool. It's got a chainsaw on its tail.
I mean, it's
Good
like the
dog.
hell yeah equivalent of a dog.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, is it deserving of pets with a chainsaw tail? Is it higher? Certainly, it's not in the doghouse, right? With a chainsaw tail.
I I think I'm not just saying this for balance, but I think this goes right in the middle. I think this is a good dog deserving of pets.
Yeah,
You don't want it to pet you because you'll get your hand cut off. But I don't have some great love for Blade Wolf, but I
sure.
think Blade Wolf is a good dog in its game.
What about
Bobby,
Bullet?
you're gonna have to help me on this next one because I have not played this game.
Bullet is a C3, class C3. I'm sorry. That is a cute cybernetic corgi. This is a shmup game that came out a couple years ago. Actually, people seem to really enjoy the game quite a bit. I've played just a little bit because I have 3 corgis, and I'm legally I have to play this
You're
game.
biased.
I'm very biased here.
You watched like 2 episodes of Cowboy Bebop just because I told you a corgi was in it.
Yeah, that's enough anime for me for a while.
I guess.
This is
That's
anime
why you love
adjacent.
Queen of England so much.
I love a good tea. The game's fine. The corgi's much better, and it's very cute. It's a corgi, so I am bringing bias to this. I'm unapologetically bringing bias to this. I will absolutely say that it's deserving of pets.
I think that's fair.
Yeah.
Do you think it is more deserving of pets than Blade Wolf?
I don't know Blade Wolf, so I can't answer that question. So I'm trusting you.
I don't know the other dogs,
Yeah,
so
I
I'm
think that's
trusting
the
you.
fair like tit for tat here.
All right. Why don't we just leave it where it is, and we'll see if we need to make
Yeah.
some adjustments.
But we do know
Next up,
Cerberus.
we do know Cerberus, not just from Greek mythology, but specifically from the game Hades. We also didn't take Cerberus. I guess is like a weird middle ground here. I think we also had this similar debate when we talked about best new characters for the show.
Oh yeah.
But I'm not putting any licensed dogs in here from other properties.
That's fair.
Pretty sure I didn't put any of those in here. It's like these are video game dogs. You don't just get to bring in Snoopy from some random.
Luckily for him.
Game. Like let's not bring Snoopy into this. We're talking about video game dogs. But Cerberus, I think is deserving to bring on this list. It is a pretty integral part of Hades, the video game. It is
Huge part of it.
The second to last boss.
Yep.
Technically, in a game where you have to beat it multiple times. You can avoid this fight if you play your cards right. What do you think about Cerberus?
I think Cerberus is like one of the coolest designs. I think it like a 3-headed dog
with
is
3 heads.
That's really fucking cool, just physically. But I think given its significance of the story and where it's at, like I would say this is a man's best friend.
I think I'd agree. I don't think it has enough of a place in the story. Zagreus interacts with it a decent amount, but I don't think it's not. It's just kind of a thing you face a number of times, and sometimes you fight it, and sometimes you don't. And it's just kind of there. But also, look at that face. Look at those faces.
I know, dude. I know.
Do you think this goes above or below Amaterasu?
Oh, below.
I think below as well.
Yeah, I think below.
Story integration. I think Amaterasu
has
a lot more.
Yeah. All right, man. Chorizo. Goddamn Chorizo.
You're gonna have to help me. I know there's. This is 6 Far Cry 6.
Yeah,
yes?
not my favorite Far Cry
5, right?
There is, yeah.
Companion.
This is not my favorite Far Cry, but if you don't know who Chorizo is a dachshund puppy that has to have its back rear end supported by a wheelchair harness. It's got like broken back or broken legs. Can't remember which one. Or something's wrong there, but it's a companion that you can get to go with you in the game, and he is so fucking adorable. Like, it is painfully cute. His animations, his little wheel sound as it's like rolling, like I'm hovering all the way up there at the top. Like, I really do think Chorizo is, if anything happens to this dog, like, I'm going to kill everyone.
I understand that. I have not played Far Cry 6, so I don't have a whole lot of experience with this dog specifically. I did see the marketing, and they
Yeah.
definitely showed off Chorizo a lot in the marketing. I think the marketing part of it hurts it a little bit for me because it feels like something that isn't organic, and it feels like something that they're like, I don't know, man, we're making the sixth one of these. We just have to
Throw the
throw in
dog
something
in.
for the
Throw the wien-
fans.
throw the the damaged.
Yeah, yeah. Flip the
Yes.
wiener dog switch.
Yeah.
Let's try to get in some good press however we can.
Yeah.
I will admit, cute fucking dog though. So
Mm-hmm.
if you're advocating that highly for it, I'm happy to go with.
He's a
you.
cute dog, man. He's a sweet dog.
Far Cry 3 is a cooler game.
I would agree. Far Cry 6. Chorizo's heads and shoulders above better than what the game is.
Honestly, after playing 4, and I didn't even finish 4. I felt kind of done with that.
Yeah.
And then I think the rest of the ones they've made after have only solidified me not going back to that series anymore. But I had a lot of great times with 3.
Yeah.
I also kind of enjoyed going back to 2 and dealing with a lot of the friction that game does, because I think it's cool friction. But yeah. All right, Chorizo up at the top.
Up there.
Next, we've got another Metal Gear dog. This is D-Dog or Diamond Dog from Metal Gear Solid V, The Phantom Pain. Bobby?
I just put it at the top.
Goddamn right.
D-Dog's fucking
right.
awesome. I mean, would D-Dog go to the front of this list?
I think D-Dog beats out Arcanine.
I
love Arcanine, but D-Dog is great. I will say, I ended up ditching D-Dog relatively early because I found the other companions a little bit better. Like,
yeah,
I'm not here for Quiet and her weird body shit, but she is just a sniper who fucking murks guys from anywhere.
Yeah.
And I found Quiet to be a much more useful companion in the game, but it is so satisfying to just take that dog, sneak in with you, and just
when he goes prone,
asshole. God, so
having a knife in his mouth.
You can customize this dog. Like the one that we see here, that is just one person's D-Dog. My D-Dog looked much more like a fox because I wanted it to be like a foxhound kind of thing.
Yeah.
So I made mine orange, and I really liked my D-Dog.
Yeah, D-Dog's great. D-Dog's very good. What about the dog from Fable 2?
Yeah. I mean, it's the reason people like Fable 2, right?
People love that dog, man.
I still am a Fable 1 guy.
Same.
Fable 2, I think my problem with Fable 2 is more the world around it. I didn't like how industrialized it got. I wanted to stay
more fantasy. Yeah.
I didn't want like flintlock weapons and things like that. I like the dog. It's fine. It has a lot of personality in its mannerisms, but I don't think the dog itself is that important. I know they really try, especially at the end of that game. You get the choice of your dog sacrifices itself for you. I'm pretty sure. It's a
big commitment.
And you get the choice at the end of the game. Oh, you get these 3 big choices that you can make. I can't even remember what the choices were. It's something like, oh, here's just a big bunch of money. Here's like a bunch of fame. Maybe you even get to be the king or something. I'm not sure. Or the last one is like, oh, I just want my dog back. And everybody picks the dog because of course you do. You're not a monster. And I don't know. The dog's fine.
I'm thinking deserving of pets.
I think deserving of pets is totally fine in this one.
Is he above?
I just put it at the bottom. I think this dog is fine. I know it's important for video games. It probably makes Fable 2 the game that it is, but I think the dog itself, fine. fine. It's okay.
What about Dog from Half-Life?
Fuck yes. I know this one kind of is a cheat in
Yeah,
that it's not actually a dog. It's just called dog. I
yeah.
love fucking dog. Dog is so good.
Is Dog
Uh,
S good or A good?
oh, dog is s good. My only question is dog better than D dog, and I don't know how I can answer
I say I would weigh in on D Dog, so let's put him number 2.
that. I think that's fair.
Okay.
Yeah, no, I love dog. I think you get to see dog a little bit in Half Life Two proper.
Yeah.
But it's not until Half-Life 2 Episode 2 where this image comes from, where at one point you get I forgot what these things are called, stalkers or striders or something like that, that they're right up on your ass, and dog just jumps out of nowhere. You haven't seen him for a while, and he just jumps out of the trees and fucks this thing up. And I cheered. I remember cheering playing the orange box and seeing that moment, and just loving this character. I think dog fucking rules.
That's awesome.
So I'm really glad he's up on this list.
That brings us to Dogmeat, which I don't think you have a lot of experience with.
I played Far Cry 3 or Fallout 3.
Oh, okay. Well, wait, wasn't
There's lots of different dog meats that are in different Fallout games.
Okay.
I think there's a dog meat in every Fallout game.
So I'm thinking of Dogmeat from 4.
Sure. There
Um,
might is there a dog? I don't know if there's a dog meat in New Vegas. I think there's a different kind of dog that might be in. I mean, there's 3 dogs. Oh, well, the 3 dogs also from Fallout 3.
if I'm going off
There's a
of
different dog.
Fallout 4, I would say Dogmeat is man's best friend.
Okay.
But if you think it's deserving of pets, I mean, I ended up using Nick Valentine for most of the game, but Dogmeat was always my alternative if I wasn't with
Yeah,
Nick.
I just don't. I don't really care. I especially don't care about Fallout 4. But
All right, we'll just do deserving of pets.
Dogmeat in 3, it's just not my favorite one. I guess I would put it. I think we could put it above Blade Wolf.
Okay.
But hey, we're not there yet.
Oh, I'm there. I'm there.
I think Dogmeat can go above Blade Wolf. You know what? Dogmeat's got a good Magic the Gathering card.
Yeah.
I'm not a big fan that there are Fallout cards, but I will say Dogmeat has a pretty good one there. So it's fine. I think it's mostly just my tiredness with Bethesda in general.
That's fair.
That's attacking this, but I don't know. Dogmeat's fine. Yeah, okay. You don't like the Duck Hunt dog?
No.
Explain yourself. Why do you not like the Duck Hunt dog?
I think it was bullying. My first real taste of bullying was the Duck Hunt dog. And
that was your first taste of bullying?
I was very big. So a lot of kids didn't pick on me. But the Duck Hunt dog did. He was a dick, man. He is a dick. He's a dick. That's a dick dog.
It's a dick dog. I agree. I think it's redeemed himself a little bit more with Smash Brothers. I think
that's fair.
Having it as a playable character with some fun throwback moves is fun.
Keep talking. I got to get the dog's blankets. Give me 1 second. Give me 1 second.
Okay. Yeah, I think the Duck Hunt dog is fine. But I understand that if there was a dog that many of us tried to shoot generally, this is the dog that you do. You had the light gun. What else are you going to do? This dog's laughing at you as it holds up ducks that you missed. Of course, you're going to shoot that one. All right, I'm going to take the reins here, and I'm going to talk about the next dog. This is actually the best dog in Pokemon. I don't care what anybody says. Houndour is the best. Just my absolute king. I love this thing. Bobby, I'm fine. We left Duck Hunt dog in the old yellow category.
Okay.
We're on to Houndour now, and I was just telling the audience that Houndour I think is actually my favorite dog Pokemon.
That's right. I knew it was a dog type.
My favorite Pokemon. Yeah. At one point, it really was my favorite. It's not particularly great in its first appearance. It only shows up in the grass east of Celadon City, which, if you're playing Gen 2, you've already quote unquote beaten the game. You've beaten the Elite Four before you can get to Kanto to get a second generation new Johto Pokemon, but it's only available in Kanto. What the fuck? And by the time you're in Kanto, you're never going to need to use this because you'll have so many other options available
Right.
to you. And again, you've already beaten the game. And yet, look at this fucking thing. It's a Doberman with a skull on
It's
its
cool,
head.
man.
It's rad. It's so rad. I think you probably have it in the right place. I I it definitely goes over Arcanine. I don't. These top three are really tough to beat. But I
Yeah.
was a big Houndour fan. I'll tell you though, not a big fan of Houndoom. I think Houndoom, its evolution is
Yeah,
not
it's
so
not as
good.
good.
I don't like the horns. I think it looks silly. I wish it looked more like a dog. But yeah. Anyway, Houndour,
Isabella.
great dog. Isabelle, it's a good dog.
Yeah.
It's a good dog.
Deserving of pets?
I think this is man's best friend. You know, she's
Yeah.
always there for you. She's there helping you with your city.
She's very pleasant.
Especially in New Horizons, where she greets you each morning with the morning
Yeah.
announcements. I came to really fall in love with Isabelle. I'd
Yeah.
liked her in previous games, but I think that's the game where she comes into her own. And her name's a pun. Her head is a bell. It looks like a
Isabelle.
bell.
It's very
So
good.
good, so good. I think I would put her above Amaterasu, honestly.
Oh, all right.
I think this is a good dog.
What about KK Slider?
She's not as good as this dog though.
Yeah, this dog's very good, right?
This is a great dog. This is a great dog. He's so chill. He's so cool.
Is he chiller and cooler than Pokemon?
I
Is he
I'm
top three?
I'd put him between the Pokemon. If it was me, I'd put him between the Pokemon.
I could get on board with it. I think that I would put him over, but I know how much you enjoy Houndour, so we're gonna let it sit.
I think that's where I'd put it. I can't tell you how many Saturday nights, Bobby, I've spent just talking to that dog and trying to get a new song.
Yeah.
I'll tell you, in the first Animal Crossing game, which I still think is the best one, in just that was the when I played that game and you're learning about things and you didn't have a strategy guide, so you're just kind of letting it flow over you, and you see this dog here on this Saturday night, and you walk up to him and he goes, "Hey man, you want to hear a song?" I'm like, "Absolutely, man. I would love to hear a song." And he goes, "What do you want to hear?" And it just lets you type in anything.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember that first night, I'm like, "What do you mean? What do you mean pick a song? I don't know what the fuck you're talking about." So I think I just wrote in Freebird or something like that. Like, yeah, I don't know I don't know what this dog's gonna give me. He just said pick a song, and he went, "Yeah, I don't know that one. How about I play this instead?" So he just plays some kind of random song. And then I realized he also has an option where it's just like, "Hey, you play whatever you want," and he just picks a random song out of his catalog, and then he gives you the track that you can put into your radios. But I think when he plays you the custom song, he doesn't give you a track for that.
Right on.
But you are able to use that. I learned later. You're able to use that to say specifically, "I want to hear KK Rock. I want to hear KK
Yeah.
Disco," and then he plays that specific song and gives you that track. So, but yeah, that first time, what do you mean I can pick a song? That's incredible. Is this game infinitely big? And it's not, but it felt infinitely big. And man, KK Slider rules. I definitely prefer him with the guitar to being a DJ.
Sure.
But yeah, KK Slider, hell of a dog.
We are going to need to speed up our processing here.
All right, Bobby. This one's easy for me because I don't care about this dog. I've never played Pikmin.
Oh,
you tell me about
he's way up here. I would probably put him there. Just above Cerberus for those listening. Okay. He's man's best friend.
Also for me, because I'm on a delay here.
Oh yeah.
Watching where you put things. That is fine by me. I'm
okay. Parappa the Rappa.
It's a cool dog. He's cool.
He's no less the man's best friend, but probably deserving of an S.
I don't know. I like Parappa a lot. You got to believe, but
I will allow him to be a man's best friend.
I think he goes at the top of man's best friend. I think he's better than Isabelle. I I'll tell you, it's a little weird for a more anthropomorphic dog to be something that I love so much.
Yeah.
I want my dogs to be dogs, you know.
There's
I
a
don't
there's a
necessarily
few.
want them to be people. I know
Yeah.
KK Slider, but KK Slider is like on a different level, literally in this tier list. But generally, I prefer my dogs dogs and my
Yeah.
people. You know.
Yeah. That's fair.
Speaking of dogs,
You're gonna
dogs,
have to
let's
help
talk
me out
about.
here.
This is the Pomeranian from Tokyo Jungle. This is one of the first animals that you get in Tokyo Jungle. I believe it's the first one on the carnivore list, and then I think like a little deer or a goat maybe is on the herbivore list that you can use. So it is just kind of this nothing dog that you can use, and all you're really doing is, I mean, you're still a cannibal, like you're going out and you're ripping up some other animals and taking the meats, but carnivore, I mean, not cannibal. But you're really only using this until you get to, you know, a better carnivore. Like you're using this until you can get to lion or until you can get to the velociraptor. But it is very funny that the game starts you out with a Pomeranian, and that's the first animal you get to play with. I think it's fine. I would put it probably. I mean, this specific dog,
Yeah.
I might put it in the doghouse.
Okay. I it
Uh,
means nothing to me.
yeah, and Alice means nothing to me. You can put this behind Alice, I suppose.
Okay.
Um,
Well, I put him above it.
it's
I
a
don't care.
it's a cool dog. It's the dog isn't that cool. The situation that it is in the game is kind of cool. Next, we've got Poochie from the Yoshi series. Yoshi's Island is
Yeah.
first
Poochie's a good
first
dog.
appearance. I love Poochie.
I do
It's
too.
only available, I think, in one level in Yoshi's
Yeah.
Island, and or maybe two, but only in like specific mini game parts of those levels. You don't really get to see much of Poochie. He shows up later in other Yoshi games. I know he's in Yoshi's Woolly World because I have the Poochie amiibo that is
Oh,
one
yeah,
of
yeah,
the.
yeah.
I think it's back there somewhere. I'm not gonna go get it, but I like Poochie. It's just a dumbass dog. He's just
Yeah.
got eggs on the brain, you know.
Where would you put
Uh,
Poochie?
I'm gonna put it above Cerberus.
All right. I think that's
You fine
fair.
with that?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, we got an iconic video game
I
dog
mean,
here,
iconic.
Bobby. This
Rush.
is Mega Man's dog, Rush.
Yeah. Rush is up there. Rush is a very cool looking dog.
Rush is a cool dog. Very useful in most Mega Man games, in that it can be like this ride that you use to just
You can
skip
put Rush in
parts of the
Monster
level.
Hunter.
Can't you? Of course you can.
They have, it was a outfit there. I can't remember what it was. Like they had a skin for you to look like Mega Man, and I think it was your Palmute could look like
Yeah,
Rush.
that makes sense.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
I mean,
I
he's,
like Rush.
yeah.
I'm not the biggest Mega Man fan, but I think Rush is a cool dog. Where would you think that Rush goes, Bobby?
I mean, I feel Rush legacy alone should be somewhere like higher on deserving of pets or lower on man's best friend.
I would be fine putting it above Dogmeat.
Okay. I like that.
The top of deserving of pets. All right, Bobby. We have one tiny exception to our previous rules.
Yeah.
That's this one. This is a video game that, well, I mean, technically, I have played Dark Souls. I didn't play very much of it, and I
Same.
did not like it.
Same.
So we both have played this game. Neither of us have faced Sif, S-I-F, who is
Yeah.
this giant wolf, this huge wolf.
But
and he's
Sif
got a
has
sword
got
in
a
his mouth.
story behind it, apparently.
Yeah, I mean, Sif's. Look at it. It's a giant wolf.
I think it's a pretty
like,
tragic wolf too.
Yeah, I think it's. I mean, this is a Norse mythology thing, right? There is a giant wolf that
Yeah.
wields a sword, I believe, in Norse mythology. I just think it rules. I just think it looks cool. I could give two shits about Dark Souls, but I just think this is a cool dog.
Yeah.
I think for that reason, people might disagree with me of dogs that they've played with in other video games, but I think this goes above Blade Wolf because it's in that same kind of Like this is
Yeah,
just a rad dog, but I think if I had enjoyed more of Dark Souls and got to this boss and got to fight it, I might have stronger opinions. But for now, I think this is it has a good showing, but it's not best of show. You know,
I would agree with that. It's visually a very appealing design.
it's true. Bobby, let's talk about a fine hound here,
I like
Torgal.
Torgal. Torgal's good.
I I think Torgal is one of the best slash only good parts of Final Fantasy
I
VII.
would agree with you. Torgal carried most of that game for sure.
Yeah, and neither of us got very far in that game, did we?
No, I kind of bounced off that
Yeah.
pretty hard.
This is a puppy Torgal.
Hmm.
There's an adult Torgal that you get for most of the game, but I liked the puppy better, so I put that for the image. Uh, Torgal's good. Torgal's a good
Man's
dog.
best friend.
Also has another good Magic the Gathering card. No, it's a good dog, but I think the game tarnishes a lot of Torgal's legacy.
Do you want to put lower on deserving of pets or in the
I
doghouse?
I I think this can be at the top of In the Doghouse.
Okay.
I think we shouldn't blame the dog for
No,
Square Enix's
that's fair.
mistakes, but sorry, pup, you got put in the wrong game, and I could give two shits about Clive. So you have the wrong master on multiple fronts. Sorry, bud. Okay, Bobby. Wolf Link. I originally had left Wolf Link off this list, and then you suggested adding him, and I was fine doing that. Why do you? What are your thoughts on Wolf Link?
I like the character of Wolflink more than I liked playing Wolflink, but
Mm,
I really enjoyed Midna and just like that whole dynamic and how that played out and what that ended up being. And I think it was really interesting to like go into that world and be the wolf and just have Zelda basically be like, hey, you're gonna play a lot of this as like a dog. And that was not the funnest for me, but there was some interesting mechanics with it. I mean, I think it's Link. There's some really cool stuff there. I have this amiibo also. It's a really cool looking amiibo. I love the design of Wolf Link. I think Wolf Link looks fucking rad to begin with. I would put this up there like it for me. It's like a man's best friend probably. Into if I was gonna put it up, I probably would put it right next to Chorizo, maybe above Chorizo. But
mm. I
uh,
don't think I can go that far with you. So here's my problems. One, I agree. I think the Wolf Link parts of Twilight
you also
Princess
don't like
are.
Zelda,
I
Twilight
like
Princess.
Zelda. I like Zelda. I don't like this Zelda all that much. I like the Bridge
Yeah,
of Eldin. I think that
yeah.
was a great part of this game, a part where you're not the Wolf Link. I just don't like Wolf Link all that much. I
Okay,
like Midna. I think Midna's a fine character. My other this is not exactly a criteria of this list, but it's something that's in my brain. I'm thinking about these dogs as dogs that would be my pets, and I
okay.
would feel real
Your
weird
head
about
canon has
having
no
Wolf
power
Link as a
here.
pet. I think if Wolf Link was your pet, it would just be weird. It would be weird to have a man who's also a dog. I know that goes for a lot of these other ones too. KK Slider's just my cool friend. I don't own KK Slider. Nobody can own
That's you're
KK
making up
Slider.
rules now at this
I
point.
am making. I am. I'm just saying. This is not
We're
criteria,
gonna do
but
we're
it
gonna
is
do
something that weirds
this.
me out. You can put Wolf Link where you think it should go. I would not put it at the
Okay.
top tier.
What about this
I think that's
next
fair.
one here?
Yeah, I'm guessing this is not a game you've played. You have not played Shadow
Correct.
Dancer, correct? Yeah. So this
Correct.
is Yamato from Shadow Dancer. I don't know if they actually say Yamato in the video game itself. This is one that I played in arcades. It's kind of just a side-scrolling ninja game. It feels a lot like Ninja Gaiden in a way, although the sprites are way bigger. It's okay. It's not a fantastic game, but it does have that D dog energy of this dog is just with you at all times, and you can sick it. So you can be in cover behind a crate, and the dog's with you, and you can just send that dog out, and it goes and fucks up this guy, and then you run up and slash that motherfucker while he's dealing with the dog. It feels good. It's
All right.
so cool. I think this is a fine dog. I think this probably goes, right. I would put it above the Fable dog.
Okay.
It's a good dog. It's got a cool moment with it, but the dog itself is kind of nothing to write home about. And
And it,
last but certainly not least, Bobby, this is Yamper. This is our third Pokemon dog. This is our newest Pokemon dog. Uh, it's a good dog.
it's a good
Again, the game
dog.
the game it's from, not a fantastic video game, but
It's
the Pokemon design fucking rules. It's a little electric dog. It's got a little lightning bolt for a tail.
it's a
It's cute as
corgi.
shit. It's a corgi.
It's a corgi. It's
Its
from
evolution.
English. Its evolution sucks.
Its evolution sucks. I mean, it's fine. It just looks like a dog.
It
What is it?
it's such
Bolton,
a
I think
it, does, it. I wish it did not evolve.
I wish it didn't evolve too.
Like it
Has
does
to
not.
evolve. It's too cute to not
Yeah.
evolve. Like you need something that looks more brutish. You can't take this to the Elite Four. But
It's not the most
great dog.
powerful. Its evolution's not great. So there's some hits there. I don't
You
think.
catch this thing and you just want to keep using it.
Yeah.
I don't think you get a whole lot of electric types this early in the game either.
No.
So to have
I ended up.
Yamper is
What's
pretty
Is it
cool.
Everstone? Is that the one that keeps it from evolving? I gave it an Everstone.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah.
But then you're right. I don't think I had like a strategy guide or something that told me what it evolved into, and I was trying to go into that game blind. So I'm playing. I love this Yamper dog. This is fucking great. I'm here texting Bobby, there's a corgi in Pokemon.
I know.
I love this shit. And I kept using it, and then it evolved. And when it evolved, I went, oh,
Yep.
well,
Big same.
maybe I'll just put you in a box now. And I didn't use that dog very much more for the rest of the game. Yamper's so good. Where are we gonna put Yamper?
High on deserving of pets or lowish on man's best friend. That's kind of where I see it sitting.
Okay, I think knowing that, I'd say,
Or it could be like mid deserving to low man's best friend is where I would go.
yeah. I think this is probably like right behind Poochie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Corgi does a lot of numbers there.
Corgi does help.
Yeah. That's a pretty solid list there.
That's our list. Yeah, we haven't played Dead to Rights or whatever that game is that has a dog. Bobby, did you play the first Dragon Age? I know there's a dog in that game that people love.
Yep. I don't remember what it was.
Like some giant fucking bulldog, from what I remember. But I did not play that game, so
It's been a long time since I played it.
Yeah, but we didn't add that one to the list either. I'm sure there are dogs that are deserving to be on this list somewhere. There's some Star Fox dogs, but they're not really a part of the game, so I didn't want to add them in. I think this is a solid list of dogs. I think
I too.
We've generally picked the right places where these dogs deserve to go.
D-Dog.
As we know, Bobby, all dogs go to heaven.
All dogs go to heaven. I thought it would be D-Dog knowing us, and I'm not mad that it was.
Yeah. I was when I originally made this tier list, I tried to order these dogs in a way that I thought would be more fun for us to talk about in the way they were ordered. And I made sure D-Dog was last. And then when I updated it, it just put them all back in alphabetical order, and I was really pissed.
Oh no!
It's fine. We'll figure it out. It'll be okay.
Oh no!
I think we ended up with a decent list here, but yeah, I really wanted D-Dog to be the last one, just so we could go, yep, and this is the best one.
There's easily like with a bullet, like it's not even close. Such a good dog.
With a knife, actually.
With a knife.
In his mouth that it goes and fucks some guy up with.
Let's see if this is working. I don't know if this is working again. Yeah, something's busted there. I don't know why it's not working. That's not tied to anything besides our cloud bot, so I got to do a little under the hood work there. But we've got
our stuff in there.
Yeah, we'll figure it out. We went back to the Royal Wii, which was our Yes Your Grace Snowfall. We made some pretty good progress there. I don't know how much more steam.
Building a wall.
We're building a wall, and we might not do much.
We're gonna get the enemy to pay for it.
Yeah. And after that, we might bounce over this. I've got a bunch of like casual Monday adjacent games like in the hopper to play, and I'm really kind of itching to go back to Nine Kings with Chase. So we're gonna get the wall built. We're gonna see where it goes, but I think that we're probably gonna pivot to some other stuff here before too long.
And we can always come back to Snowfall, but
yeah,
I think we want to check out a couple other things while they're fresh in our brains. So I think that makes a lot of sense.
Tonight was our deep dive on best dogs. Chase, thanks again for putting together that awesome list. You did a phenomenal job there. And on Friday, I would really like to invite you all to my MTV Cribs edition of Grounded 2, where I show off my base and just maybe give you an overview of the park. Just what I'm liking about it, what they got on the roadmap. I wanted to show off the roadmap. They actually just had a big presentation today at the opening night live, or the day after that. I can't remember exactly when it fell, but they showed off a preview of the new biome coming out later this year. And they showed off, finally, Axel, the first park boss, which is a gigantic tarantula. And it looks so fucking cool. He's huge. You are the size of one of his fangs, to put it in perspective.
Okay. Sounds bad if you are arachnophobic.
Oh yeah,
does Grounded 2 have the same?
It does.
Grounded 1 had like an arachnophobia thing where just
you can make him like a blob. So he'll just be a really big blob when you fight him. Okay. But yeah, that's what we got going on this week. Again, our links are broken, but thecasualhour.com will get you where you need to go. Chase, what can you tell the fine folks? Let's see if your links are working. They are not.
Nope. So I'll just tell them instead. I've got two things. One is Chase K Plays, which is my YouTube channel where I play all sorts of video games. Bobby and I played through It Takes Two.
Yep.
A really good time. No, not It
I heard that next month he's going to invite me back for another series.
Maybe. We'll see.
A Lego series.
It Takes Two is a different video game by the same people that we did not play. But yeah, currently I am playing through Iron Brigade, Double Fine's Xbox 360 arcade game, and I'm having a really good time going back through a game that I loved back on the 360 days, and you know what, I still love it now. I think I'm really close to the canonical ending of that game. I know there's DLC. I'm not sure how that's integrated into the Steam release, so we'll see. Maybe it'll just be easy and I'll continue on. Maybe it'll be a pain in the ass and I'll just go, hey, that was great. But yes, I already have an idea of what the next game I'm going to be playing on Chase K Plays is going to be, and hopefully Bobby can join me for some of those episodes. And
hell yeah,
his expertise. We'll see. But that should be a whole lot of fun. Go check out Chase K Plays. And then I've got another podcast that I do with my good friend Pierce Corshane, friend of the show, Pierce Corshane. It's called Pilot Program. Pierce and I watched the first episodes of every television show ever made. There was a new episode that came out last weekend, so it's still pretty fresh. It was on HBO's The Gilded Age, which I was surprised that how much fun I had with it. And I've been continuing to watch episodes of that after we finished the show, so that's always a good sign of a good pilot program show, is one that you want to keep watching afterward. We've announced that our next episode is going to be on ESPN's The Bronx is Burning, a miniseries from the 2000s, I believe. That's about the New York Kings. Maybe it's 2010. Maybe it's early 2010. I don't know. But that'll be a whole lot of fun. I'm excited about that one. We've got postseason baseball coming up, so it's a good time to be talking about some baseball-style television. So come join us for that. shows.acast.com/pilotprogram.
Right on. Well, we'll figure out the links, but we'll be back on Friday with the base tour. Chase, thanks again. This was so much fun. We'll post the links and everything where you can watch our tier list or just see the image for it. But appreciate you all.